and wisdom to know the difference.
Is that bright enough, or do we need to dim the lights at all?
I can read it.
Everybody see that okay? Today we're going to learn a little bit about pathways. For those of you who don't know what pathways is I wouldn't even call it new at this point. New England is the last region to move to the Pathways experience. Pathways is the online version of the manual. That's all it is. Nothing to be scared of, nothing to hesitate. It's just the online version. It's not too bad. I've been using it for a while. We have to transition to Pathways. All new members must use Pathways. This has been the case now for, I don't know how long, probably 6 months anyway. Any existing members, even if you're in a manual, you must transition by June 30th coming up. So now's the time to become comfortable with using the Pathways experience. What's new, what's tried and true? What has no change? None of the things that we are used to in Toastmasters is changing at all. There's no, everybody, the club officers, the meetings, everything is exactly the same. What is being updated? The manuals are now called PASS. That is really what's changing. I can't emphasize that more. Don't be afraid. This is not changing. It's just a different way of accessing it. All the projects are rewritten. Some are old, some are new. This one, I think, is the most important thing with the new Pathways. There are many more tutorials and resources out there. In the manual, you read. That was it. That was not your method of learning. You were kind of out of luck. Online, there are many different ways to learn to give a speech. There are videos, there are quizzes, there are choose the right presentation look. It's excellent. I really would, that part of it is the best part to me. Really helps you learn and see how to give a speech. And the management of it, much to Robert's dismay, is all online. There are no more written anything. It's all online. Any certificates or anything that you get is out there on the website. And most importantly, Pathways is still Toastmasters. It's just the manual again. Nothing is changing about our meetings or anything else. What are the paths? There are a lot of them. There are many different ways. These would be the old manuals, I guess, again, is a good way of thinking about it. A lot of things that can be used in your own personal, whether you work, personal life. It's a bunch of different ways to do this. What are in the paths once you decide which one to do, and we'll get back to that in a minute. Each path has 14 projects. So there are a few. 10 are required. And the first level is the same for every path. There's no different. Once you do one, you'll do the same again, which includes your icebreaker all over again, just to get everybody started at the base level. Each path has a unique set of required projects on how you're going to learn to do whatever your path. The one I've chosen that I'm working on right now is Presentation Mastery. As you can see, give a presentation, visual aid. These are some of the things that are out there. And again, they have a variety of teaching tools. Excellent. This is by far the best thing out there. You also have 4 electives. So today, the persuasive speech that Chris is evaluating me on is a required project. The other 2 of using the presentation software are one of my electives. There are 30 different elective projects you can choose from. So if you can't find one you like, Sorry, there's a whole bunch of them. They're very good. And this helps you customize your path a little bit better. In this instance, my job is HR finance. I do this. It's helpful to get some practice, so this is real world practice to me. So these are the electives that I chose. And each path has 5 different levels. You'll start at level 1, which is your icebreaker, I think it's evaluating and research, and then you progress through the levels until you get to all 5. They're all set up exactly the same. Step 1, you gotta log in. We talked about this last week. Chris provided some information. If you're not here, perhaps we have another list of how you get out there and log in. This is to Toastmasters.org. That is where all of this resides. Once you're out there, Toastmasters.org are along the top. You can see pathways. When you choose pathways, you will come to this screen. You're going to start over on the left, choosing your path. That's the first thing you do. That helps you on your way. When you choose your path, it does give you 2 options, which seems kind of odd. You can select a printed path. Defeats the purpose. I'm not even sure why they put it out there, but it's out there. You can get printed material. That defeats the purpose, and it costs you $25. I don't know why you would do that, but you can if you want. You want to select the online path. This is what we're doing. This is the excellent way to go about doing this. First thing you're going to do is take your assessment. It's going to take you to this screen. This will guide you to the best selection for yourself. Start. You can skip it. You can pick your own. You don't have to do this. There are a lot of options. I found this helpful as it kind of put me on the path to what was going to be most appropriate for me. These are the questions. They might have changed. You select your 3 that you think are the most important to you, and it will give you options. These are the 3 it came up with for those selections before. Now you can choose them. Again, you don't have to. This is not mandatory. You can take an additional path, but based on your answers, it gives you 3 options. This is how I did mine. I think it's probably the best way to go. Open your first project. Now you've selected a path. Now you're going to actually go and do it. This is the middle, access your path through Basecamp. They call the beginning Basecamp. There are a couple of ways to get there. I think most of us that use computers, there is no step A, B, C, D. It's A, then you can do B or C. This is one of these examples. If you start at the very top each time, you have to get to Basecamp. From the very top menu, where it says Pathways, when you hover over that, one of the options is go to Basecamp. You kind of skip this step. Either way, you're going to end up in the exact same spot.